Good evening, traders. Adam here from Bull Logic doing a market analysis with you. Oof, bit of an ugly day today. S&P down almost 1%. Pretty much went down all day, kind of bear flagged back up during the day, and then just kind of crashed or flushed down at the close. Definitely finished around the lows, came back into the 20-day moving average and back into our lower trend, so we're going to get rid of that. We're now looking at the 1440 support and then the 1430 support. I would expect tomorrow we get another push lower just because we finished down on the lows on some pretty good volume. So I expect at least another push lower, maybe through our lower downtrend and maybe into that 1430 is where I would expect us to find maybe a bounce come in. That's also getting around that 50-day moving average. So uptrend is starting to fail a little bit. It's starting to really push the limits. So we are still in the uptrend, but it is pushing the limits. Breaking below this low of that 1430 that we had on 926 will definitely create a lower low. We've already created the lower high. As you can see, we did not make it up as high as our previous candle on 914. So that's definitely something to worry about. We could see a trend change here in the making. It definitely is starting to feel like that as we're just not being able to stick any of these solid bounces in the market during the day. So definitely could be a trend changer. Might start getting a little bit defensive here and definitely starting to watch these support levels as they're about to come into play. NASDAQ was down even harder today, broke below that 50-day moving average, still fulfilling that head and shoulders pattern that we talked about. It now looks like it has that almost the 3033 level look to it just because it is breaking down with Apple coming in lower, Google coming in lower, and Amazon coming in lower. All major tech stocks are all putting in nice down days today. So definitely something to watch out for in the NASDAQ. It's definitely the weaker of the indices right now. Russell 2000 isn't doing much better, but at least it is holding above that 50-day moving average. Should see a test of that come into tomorrow, and then maybe a test of the 820 support. Definitely going to have to see what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to get some kind of bounce in this market, maybe one that'll actually stick. We have been down some pretty big days here in the Russell 2000. We are starting to move into oversold territory, so we could see another relief bounce or a dead count bounce when we get down to the 50-day moving average. Nice move in the VIX today, up a little over 8%. I actually closed out my VIX calls today, and when they went into the money for a nice gain, probably should have held on to them just a little bit longer going into tomorrow. But yeah, that's the way that goes. Still took my gain on that. Industrials are looking weak. Remember, we were looking for a bounce into those moving averages before we saw some more selling. It is overbought, so it is going to work off those conditions. Start with financials. Looked a little bit rough today. It is still holding above that 20-day moving average, but the selling did come on some strong volume. We're going to have to see if it's going to hold that 20-day moving average and see if it can't get a bounce. One of the stronger looking sectors right now. Biotechs have broke below that 20-day moving average, finishing on the lows. Maybe it looks like the biotech run is over for now. Look for that $92 level to be tested and broken come tomorrow. Materials also another hurt sector, could never make it back above that 20-day moving average. You see it try 3 different times, failed 3 different times. I would look for it to maybe run down into that 50-day moving average. And we are seeing some strength in the utilities as it's bull flagging under that 50-day moving average, and energy right now as it actually did have an up day today, and it looks to try to break through that 20-day moving average and break out of this range. 2 sectors that are very defensive, the utilities and energy, so that's definitely not a good sign to see if you're bullish. You always want to see the financials and technology leading, and obviously technology is not leading right now if it cannot get its star pupils in order, and that is Apple, Google, and Amazon. You can't get them to turn around. Even Netflix had a horrible day today as it triggered a circuit breaker on its way down. So definitely getting more defensive here as we're testing these support areas. Going to have to lighten up on the trades just to see where we are going to find some balances. They're going to have to come in here somewhere. S&P is doing probably better than all the other sectors because it's not even close to being oversold. We still have a ways we can go down before we even get to that point. So definitely something to watch out for. Good luck to everyone. Stay safe out there.